can if you want. Here, can if you want.
Okay, good.
You ready? Okay. All right. We call this meeting to order at 6 p.m. I'd like to ask for roll call.
Mr. Howard,
Here.
Mr. Watts,
Here.
Mrs. Delph, Mr. Noel,
Here.
Mrs. Long.
Here.
I make a motion to excuse Mrs. Delph.
Second.
Third.
Mr. Watts?
Ask for roll call, please.
Yep. Mr. Watts,
Yes.
Mr. Noel,
Here.
Ms. Long,
Here.
Mr. Howard.
Here. Okay. All right. This is the first meeting of the year, so we will need to nominate officers. May I have nomination for chair?
And I meet Mr. Howard.
Okay. Ask for a second.
I will second that.
A roll call, please.
Mr. Noel,
Certainly, yes.
Mrs. Long,
Yes.
Mr. Howard,
Yes.
Mr. Watts.
You bet your sweet mama. Yes.
Okay.
And a nomination for vice chair.
No, Mr. Noel. I nominate
Nomination?
Mr. Noel. See, you got to say things fast.
Second.
I'll second that.
Okay. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Long,
Yes.
Mr. Howard,
Yes.
Mr. Watts,
Yes.
Mr. Noel.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
At this time, I'm going to step out.
Okay.
So,
So,
We
like
still-
the approval of the minutes? Or do I need to wait a second?
Yes.
I thought you was faster than that. I'm sorry. All right. And now it's for the approval of the minutes.
yeah, so the
Okay,
commission,
the commission has received copies of the October 21st, 2025 Planning Commission meeting minutes. If there are no concerns, corrections, the minutes are approved as submitted. Okay. The public hearing case, or the public hearing for case number R-01-2026, zoning district change of city lots 2157, 2158, 5057, and 5275 from R2 to B1 is now open at 6:03. Could you administer the oath to those providing testimony, please?
yes, I'm going to ask anyone who's going to be providing testimony tonight to stand and raise your right hand so I can administer an oath. You'll be the only one speaking? Okay. Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? If you do, say I do. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Mr. Soros, can you please provide a staff report, please?
Thank you, Mr. Howard. Please report on the Planning Commission R-01-2026. So this formality is brought before the Planning Commission today prior to a 30-day legal notice for a public hearing that would therefore be brought before City Council. All legal notices were issued per Moraine Codified Ordinances, Chapter 1127. The applicant, Harjeet Singh, is applying for a zoning district change for the 4 remaining residential lots, R2, which is a single-family residential district, at the premises of 3351 Main Street, Moraine, Ohio 45439, from R2 to B1, which is the neighborhood business district. The lots that are brought before the Planning Commission for a zoning district change are lots 2157, 2158, 5057, and 5275. The property encompasses 9 total lots, with 5 lots at the B1 zoning districts, which are the lots that contain the existing structure on the property. And you can probably see there's some historical data at the end of your packets back from 1973 and 1975 that reference when that zoning district change happened. And then the current R2 lots comprise of 0.3903 acres plus or minus of the 1.1029 acre plus or minus property per Montgomery County Auditor records. So the R2 lots consist of about 35.39% of the current property currently. The B1 lots consist of 0.7126 acres plus or minus of the property. The proposed use for the zoning district change per application R-01-2026 is for the addition of a gas canopy on the east side with 3 double-sided pumps. The architect, Craig E. Dillon, AIA Architects, informed us that this would be a marathon franchise for the fueling station, which would be choices of unleaded, premium, and diesel that would be available at these pumps. Fueling station hours would be from 5 a.m. to 12 a.m. It would not be a 24/7 fueling station. In your packet, you will see that there are 2 preliminary site plans that are provided. And this is to show a preliminary rough idea of what the applicant would like to propose with the zoning district change if it's approved, as this is an attempt only, and this sort of gives the Planning Commission an idea of what to look at visually. Site Plan 1 includes variances if the zoning district change were to be approved hypothetically. Site Plan 2 indicates what the layout would be if there were no variances, if the zoning district change were to be approved hypothetically. This is per the B1 district requirements that are in your packets, as if you look towards the bottom in the supplementary regulations, there are required setbacks for parking and structures due to the location of the property. And that has to do with R2 lots being located across from the property in various areas on that corner. The Technical Review Committee met on March 11th, 2026 to review this application and documentation. With the review, it was agreed that Site Plan Option 1 provides a better flow for traffic and larger vehicles to maneuver with the canopy, as the current structure will continue to house a drive-through inside. It was mentioned that parking spots 1 through 10 on Option 1 may be an issue if a variance is allowed for the Main Street entrance to remain. And the reason why the Main Street entrance would be closed off for this is in your packets under Moraine Codified Ordinances 1185.17, letter A. It has to do to the new use that would be added to the property. And per the code, since it is within 200 feet of the First Freedom Baptist Church property, you cannot have an entrance to a fueling station on the same side of the road. So that's why Option 1 and Option 2 have those differences on the Main Street access. The parking spots in front of the entrance would not allow enough clearance if a larger vehicle or public safety vehicle had to maneuver within that area. And then as well, a buffer will be needed to be included as well with the residential zone church property, as it is an institutional use per our code, and I include that code in the packets as well for the landscaping requirements, which is under Chapter 1187. But bear in mind that these site plans are only preliminary ideas. These are just to provide a visual idea to the Planning Commission and can change as it's contingent upon the zoning district change case. And if, say hypothetically, if this were to be approved, there would be a lot of review and zoning review, building review, and so on, if it were to go through. But this is only an attempt only, and this is the first step in the process. If this case were to be recommended by Planning Commission and approved by City Council, a lot combination would have to be required as well, as construction cannot occur across lot lines. If there are any questions regarding the Technical Review Committee's report after this review, please feel free to ask at this time. Thank you.
Thank you. I would like to ask the applicants to provide a report now. I guess.
The intent is that.
You can step forward.
Greg, if you want to come up to the podium here.
Just want to let you know that our intent is to, make sure that this is acceptable to the community and before we go any further. So this is a preliminary plan to give you guys an idea, and if it's approved, then we'll execute the construction of the canopy, and we'll be renovating the interior of the convenience store and also the exterior, moving the door over, adding some glass, cleaning up the whole site.
Okay, let's see. Would anyone wish to speak on behalf of the zoning district change? Would anyone wish to speak against the zoning district change? Would anyone like to speak for or against the zoning district change? Anybody has any questions?
Anybody else? Do you guys have any questions of anybody that's here? Because
I
once you
do.
close
I
the
was just
hearing-
curious of, have you guys reached out to any of the residents in the area and, spoken with them, see how they feel about things? I know the whole thing with the other, with the Wawa and stuff, a lot of the residents was concerned about traffic and also lighting as well. I know there was someone before that was concerned with the lighting, interrupting them at nighttime, with canopies and stuff. So I didn't know if you guys spoke with the residents. Also, the concerns with the tankers, the gas tanker trucks now, with Main Street being blocked off, am I correct? Main Street exit will be blocked off?
It would be blocked off if say if this all did go through hypothetically, they would have to apply for a variance in order for it to remain.
Okay.
So if it did not get approved, then it would have to be vacated.
Okay, so that would be my concern as well as, the gas tankers in the residential neighborhood, how the residents feel about it. And then you answered the other question. I was gonna ask if you had any updates, for the building, the property, inside, outside, besides that as well. And let's see. And then, that was pretty much it as far as, the updates, and everything. So if you would,
We have not contacted, I certainly haven't, any of the residents around to get a feel for it, but I would ensure you that any lighting that we do will be shielded so that it doesn't, go off into the other residential properties. So
Okay.
we make every effort to be a good neighbor.
okay.
You guys
Oh,
Go
sorry.
ahead.
I was just gonna add a couple things. So I heard the timing was 5 a.m. to 12 p.m. Not a big thing, but I was just curious, why the 5 hour, hey, let's just take a break there. 12 a.m. My fault. The other thing was just from a construction perspective, what would be if this all goes through, what would be the timeline in your minds for those things to be accomplished?
If this was approved, we would start the documentation right away. It probably would take us, 6 weeks or something to get the plans together, and then we go through the approval process and any variances or any procedural things that would need to be done. So, really the owner's intent is to get it open as soon as possible. So we'll make every effort to make it happen quickly. I don't think there's anything else.
You said the drive-through will remain open during and after,
Yes.
if passed? Okay.
Yep, we'll do like half and half.
So I'm not sure now, do you guys, do they have like hot food? Will you guys offer anything like that? Or is it just mainly your concern is the gas?
It's gas and convenient. We haven't added any food into it yet.
Okay.
We've done a number of others. Sometimes they do a ventless equipment and, have some crispy chicken or something like that. But we actually haven't talked about the menu yet. If we did, that would all go through the health department.
Okay. All right, thank you, sir. Anyone else? Any questions or?
I guess again, my only concern would also go off his with the tanker getting in and out kind of thing. But that's like really my biggest only concern at that point. And then obviously with lighting, you can obviously shield it. So that would be about my only thoughts on that.
I'll add with the Main Street, that was something we talked about in the technical review committee for public safety. As long as they apply for a variance, if this were to go through and everything, they would be able to keep that Main Street access and everything. And with tankers and everything, tanker trucks going in and everything, to refill the tanks below, it'd be a lot easier for them to come off Main Street rather than Venetian. So that was something that was discussed, and it's something that would have to go through the Board of Zoning Appeals if this were to move forward.
So Nick, question for you. We've talked in the past about how this lot is kind of funky from a zoning perspective. If this goes through, does that fix all of the I don't know if variance is the right word, but the differences in that lot's zoning? Does this all unify everything then on that lot?
Correct. So
Okay.
yes. So with the rezoning, we generally do the rezoning first. That way it can all be uniformed when the lot combination comes. So it's kind of similar to what we did with, for instance, with Wawa previously. With that property, we want to make sure they were both at a B1 and then combined it afterwards. That way you didn't, because it doesn't make sense. They sort of have an R2 and a B1 combined together, and then there's no lot line or legal boundary to divide it. So doing what they're proposing to create a B1 for 5057, 5275, 2158, and 2157, it'd make it all uniform and clean in terms of lot lines and make it all B1 essentially on all that property. So it would, to answer your question, yes, it would clean everything up for that.
Anyone else? Okay, I guess I will close this public hearing at 6:18. See, can I keep going on down to the motion to approve the case?
If you're finished discussing
Yeah.
amongst yourselves, yes, you can move
Okay.
on to that.
So,
If you're discussing, you need to discuss out loud, so, yeah. With your microphones on.
One of us leaves and we lose it. Okay. I think when you're talking the concerns, I think you're weighing whether or not the concerns, because I know we've talked in the past about getting a lot of these properties unified in regards to their zoning, and that accomplishes this. I think the concern about, like Nick was saying about the Main Street, getting the variance for that, being able to get them in off of that. There's some things there that, more neighborhood. Too familiar with so anything you guys have with that?
mine be,
Could you speak closer to your
sorry.
microphones, please? Yeah, I'm
my
sorry.
only thing was towards the, how the residents. That's my biggest thing. I don't like decisions without, I like to leave it open.
Mhm.
Give the community opportunity to, speak how they feel.
I'll add too, Kevin. Part of the notification process does involve sending letters out within a 200-foot radius of any of the lot lines of 3351. And I did receive 3 phone calls, and they were essentially just inquisitive phone calls on what it meant by the whole 4 lots being rezoned. And generally the feedback was neutral, positive in terms of what was received back through the phone. And they said that, trying to think of, there wasn't anything negative said. It was mainly positive or neutral that came back. And they were more so wondering what was going on and kind of, why is it being rezoned? What's going on? And when they saw 4 lots, they thought, are there 4 lots of houses being removed, or are there being 4 lots of, something else of commercial business? So once I explained that they were working, the rezoning was based off of it's contingent upon for a gas canopy to go there and for some other improvements on the property to go on there. It seemed like residents were pretty neutral or positive about the reaction of it. But I only received 3 phone calls about it regarding that.
Do you have any idea how many letters went out?
There were 30 here. There were 32 letters sent out. So if the tax address was different from the address that was within the 200-foot radius, then I sent it to both the current owner or current resident and to the owner of the property, if, for instance, a rental home or something like that. So there were 32 letters that did go out for it.
Okay. Now, just for the motion, correct?
If you guys are finished.
Okay, everybody?
Good.
Yeah. All right, I'd like to ask for a motion to approve case number R-01-26, zoning district change of city lots 2157, 2158, 5057, and 5275 from an R2 to a B1.
I'll motion.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, if a second is made, then I ask for a roll call, please.
Okay. Mr. Howard?
Here?
Yes or no?
Oh, wrong thing. Yeah, no.
No?
No.
Mr. Noel?
Yes.
Mrs. Long?
Yes.
So we would need all 3 to approve, correct? Pardon?
We need all 3, yeah.
Yeah, so, Well, we
Motion
have-
doesn't pass.
we have a no, 1 no and 2 yeses. So that's, yeah. Right?
Oh, I'm sorry, were you? Yes, yep.
Okay. So if a second is made, then that's, ask for the recall, or roll call? I'm sorry. Ask for a roll call now, or? Okay, all right. Okay.
So this is,
I don't see.
Ron, and then so we move on to the next item on the agenda?
Okay.
Okay.
And the only thing else is,
Move on.
yes, I said the time limit for discussion.
For discussion for what?
It just says time limit discussion. call
Oh, the
on
time
Mr.
limit
Swanson.
discussion. So basically that discussion
That's
is.
the only thing next. That's why I was
Yeah,
kind
did you want to, you want to go ahead and start with what we're trying to talk about? or-
Did you want to just include that with the bylaw discussion, or,
We can if you want to.
okay?
Sure, okay.
Yeah, we can move that letter B item to when we get into Robert's Rules of Order and the Planning Commission bylaws review, just because it's all included in that. So,
Which is next then?
you know,
Then we'll move on to, yeah,
yeah.
okay.
I guess a touch base too, just in general business as well, especially with the applicant being here. This case still will go to city council for review. It would go as a application to deny, and then city council can review to either approve of that denial or to overturn the denial. So after a 30-day public hearing, it still will go to city council. So I just wanted to make sure to put that information out there. So we can go to into Robert's Rules of Order and the Planning Commission bylaws review. And at this point, we can have Tommy Watts come back into the room as well for this discussion. No. Oh. Alrighty, so in your packets, you would see that, and Karen did a great job of adding in sort of a slideshow type of organization of Robert's Rules of Order. I know it says Board of Zoning Appeals, but it applies to both Board of Zoning Appeals or any committee or commission that is with the city of Moraine, or any city for that matter, or any government. So I'm not going to read through all this. I actually keep this at my desk as well as a cheat sheet for things before these meetings. It's something to keep in mind for you to kind of read through and just kind of be familiar with in terms of what your role is and your how the order of business runs, public hearings, public hearing format, how motions work, the phrasing of a motion, debatable motions, non-debatable motions, amendments, and so on. So if there's any questions about that, please feel free to reach out to myself or Karen. This will be something nice to take home and just read and review. Karen also bought Robert's Rules of Order books that are up at the desk as well. So thank you, Karen, for providing those.
You're welcome.
And then, but yeah, that kind of just covers that. Just general Robert's Rules of Order. You can also look online for additional resources such as the Sunshine Law and a couple of other items as well that relate to public government.
And just real quick, if Robert's Rules of Order, you will only get snippets if you go online because you've not purchased the book. So I do have 2 books here, so if anybody wants to check it out, take it home, bring it back, the next person can do, you can do that. We also have the condensed versions, like the Reader's Digest condensed versions of 2 of those, and then the thing. So if you ever want to take it, read it on your own time or whatever, please feel free to ask. That's what they're here for. That's it.
And they do get updated periodically, if I remember correctly. That's the most recent
This
edition.
is the most recent, but yeah, it was updated in, I think, would say 20,
Okay,
24, maybe it's 24.
that sounds right.
Yeah, so about every 4 years they get updated.
So, and then with that, this order of business as well, you also see in your packets, the City of Moraine Planning Commission rules and regulations, which are the bylaws that we follow by. And that's why that time limit discussion was added to the agenda. One thing that we had was technically through our bylaws, and this was last updated in 2016, was a time limit, say for proponents or opponents. It's actually in our bylaws 5 minutes. And if we wanted to amend that or change that, we can certainly do that in a meeting. If you like change it to 3 minutes. Because I know, for instance, in the past, we've had up to about 30 people speak at one point for a zoning district change. That was controversial. And I know at city council, it's 3 minutes for someone from the public to speak. But if we'd like to adopt or amend these bylaws to change it to 3 minutes, if you'd like to, or however many minutes you would like, we can certainly do that. And that was just an item of discussion I thought to bring up in regards to the bylaws. Or if there's anything else in the bylaws that you may see that may need to be amended.
Can we do that tonight with a vote? Amend it from 5 to 3 to be consistent with council?
We can.
We can do that, and then I can have to revise the manual. We'll have to have the chair sign off on it once it gets approved by you. The other option you have as far as meeting time goes is prior to any meeting you can, or prior to the public hearing, you can change the time limit per meeting if you want at the beginning of the meeting. So we can change the bylaws. If we're going to change the bylaws and redo them, we might want to do, maybe if tonight's not tonight, but do a total review of all of it and maybe read it to see if that's the only thing we want to change or if there are other changes we want to make before we go redo this and then redo it again, if that makes
Okay.
sense.
I got you.
Yeah. But if you guys have read the bylaws, so you have had them for a while, and then Mrs. Long, she's had hers since, I guess, a couple months now. So if you already see something that you think you feel comfortable talking about, that's fine. Or if you think you don't need to change anything else, then surely we can just change the time limit. That would be okay too.
I think in knowing what the bylaws are myself, I think being consistent with council would be about the only thing I would change. I know sometimes, like you said, we do get into some heated discussions with opponents and proponents of certain cases. And we had some meetings last year that went extremely long because of that. A 3-minute time, I didn't know we had 5, if you want to know the truth, back then, or we would have been out of that meeting an hour early.
Well, I think back in this, we kind of did stick to the 3
We did
minutes or
3
something,
minutes
yeah.
back
Yeah,
at
we
that
tried to,
meeting.
didn't we?
Yeah, we did. So
But you say we can do this at any time?
if you don't want to change the bylaws right now, the next time you have a meeting, a public hearing, you can state at that point you would like to change the time limit. You do run into it looks like you're trying to not be fair to one person, whereas you might be more fair to the other. That's the thing that I don't like about changing it before each meeting, unless you're going to consistently, every meeting, change it to 3 minutes. You know?
Let me ask you this, one more question. If we do make any revisions ourselves to the bylaws, it still has to go to council for approval.
I don't know if these were approved by council, were they?
I don't believe they were.
No, I think it's just the commission's approval. Because the planning commission bylaws are not in the codified ordinances. Merit System Commission is, some are, but I don't think the planning commission rules are they, Nick?
The bylaws are not,
No.
like, these bylaws specifically are not in the Marin codified ordinances, how they're organized. Right here, it says that these bylaws, if you look at page 7,
Can be changed.
these bylaws may be amended by a majority vote of the commission. The city planner is hereby granted the authority to provide for non-substantial changes in the language of these bylaws, including but not limited to renumbering of sections and articles and alterations required by the city charter, the codified ordinances of the city, or the Ohio Revised Code. So you can change the bylaws by.
So as long as it's
majority
not
vote.
substantive, we could change it.
Like you cannot change the number of members, things like that, their terms or anything without going through council, because I would say council put those in, so.
Okay. I personally have no qualms other than that. I would like to see us be consistent with council. At that point, then, I would make a motion that we change the time limit in the bylaws, being the only issue in the bylaws that would need addressed at this time, to coincide with city council at 3-minute time limits.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Mr. Noel?
Yes.
Mrs. Long?
Yes.
Mr. Howard?
Yeah.
Mr. Watts?
Yes.
I will draw those up then, and then
Thank
I'll
you.
have them at the next meeting for the chair to sign.
I have a question, I know there's a couple on council that might, or the board here that don't understand what happened. I had to step outside because my church was next door to this gas station. Whether I was for the gas station or against the gas station, it was not proper for me to be in that meeting. In saying that, I'd like it to be on record, I've been asked to leave the board now on 2 different occasions because of our church. My house is 207 feet away from this same property. I didn't get a letter, but I wasn't asked to leave because of my house. I was asked to leave because of my church. My church is on Main Street. Can't help that. I've been there for a long time. I've been in the city a long time. But twice now I've been asked to recuse myself from sitting in on certain topics. This board is not the final judge when it comes to a topic. Anything we vote on still has to go to council for final approval. Council members are equally as close to certain areas of the city that gets voted on. They're not asked to be recused from certain items. I'm highly disappointed in that. I understand the legal ramifications and what staff has asked me to do, but I'm confused when I'm not the final vote. I'm not the final word. Why I'm asked to leave. And Mrs. Delph would have been asked to leave tonight as well. But that's the reason I couldn't be part of the meeting when that took place.
Well, I thought I closed this, right?
Other business, other than Mr.
Other business?
Mr. Watts' comments, did you have anything else to say?
I'll just add that there will be another zoning district change that will be coming up for April.
For this?
This will be separate. We received a new application for 2955 Springboro West Road. It's the old Jimbo's structure there, right at Kreitzer and Springboro West. They're wanting to change it from a B1 to a B2 district. So that's just something I wanted to put on your radar for next month. And we're currently in the process of preparing for that meeting. But it will be the 3rd Tuesday so far in April, as long as everything works out with the Planning Commission members, if that would be a good date for you and everything. So 3rd Tuesday in April, I'll just mark that on your calendar for another Planning Commission meeting regarding a zoning district change. But this one that we had today will still go to City Council after a 30-day public hearing. And then it'll be going as a denial from Planning Commission, and then they can decide whether to vote to deny it or to overturn it. So that's all I have as other business. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Can you adjourn if you're ready to adjourn?
You say,
I said you can adjourn if you're ready to adjourn the meeting.
oh, yeah, we can adjourn this meeting at 6:39. Thank you.
Thank you.